Shells, you entered the black light, exited the back. You entered the black light, exited the back. Yo, we back again. If you throw it in the towel, then you're back in sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. Here at the front door, chilling with a childish grin. We can now begin. Now the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old. And following the one that will soothe your soul and take your bad situation and improve your role to release your flow. It's a long stretch to loosen all the nooses from the baby's necks. And tell the young ladies they should save the sex. And tell the young guys not to break their neck for the place of sex, but get the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really, really way back. I used to okay that. The Lord saved me, Jack, from a life of whack. Come on. Into the black light, exit the back. Oh, yeah. Into the black light, exit the back. Yeah, you might want to start paying attention on this next verse. You were kin to the black light, exit. Give me your attention for a minute. Damn. Come on. We from the same cut, but playing different positions. A top secret message got the president attention. Do what you do, just make the good folk listen. And trust me, yo, it's not about who you kissing. There is a plan to see you chewed up and shit out. The devil's burning red from the fire that we spit out. We on to get up, the hell with that down low. Cherish the gift of the wisdom that we found, yo. Still on the mission with the daily agenda. Your head's been cloudy, so I doubt that you remember that I walk with the king of kings beside me. Just like the root in India, Irie. I volunteer, no, the Lord didn't hire me. It is the spirit that inspired me. Water of life to show the chief where the fire be. We have no time for those that be acting grimy. Yeah, I get it. You see the light now? Boy, I've been talking to y'all for a while. You see, you thought this was for like some type of game. Man, revolution. Yeah. When you're free, your mind, your ass will follow. That's for real. And some of y'all locked up so bad, don't nobody have to put chains on you. Hell, you chain yourself down mentally, spiritually. Come on, free your mind, dude. You a king. Free your mind, chick, you a queen. Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean, Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And would you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat? You know you into that, chilling with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, past sinful acts. Be very nimble, jack, till we get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not them idle cats. It's deeper than taps and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw daps. Meant for the wise as well as the spoiled rats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that have chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back. Yeah, we need some 3 parts on this, man. And I can't carry my boys at chorus. Come on, line up. Yo, we need y'all 3-part harmony on this. I don't know how you can work it out, but work it out. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it, profit a man to gain the world and lose your soul? No. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it, profit a man to gain the world and lose your soul? When you get to the room, you feel a certain doom. You might lose your hearing from the sonic boom. Out of the mouth is a sword and I'm taking you out. You try to stop me and I'm faking you out. Man, I wish I had an apprentice to build this work. Collaborate on synthesis. And I hope you remember this. Keep your enemy near to you. Far away, keep those that are dear to you. I hate beer, but I used to drink the brew. Heavily into the little habit turned deadly. I used to have a bud every day and all week. Intoxicated to the point where I couldn't hardly speak. So do the knowledge, that means hold your head. Let the past stay dead and keep a level head. And don't be misled. Remember most of what I said. I'm hot like times in a rock, but you gotta stop from working on your block.
By the end of the night, how deep this music is. What does it drive to demand to gain the world and lose your soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it drive to demand to gain the world and lose your soul?
Mike's handed, I'm speaking candid. Understand this is the way that the masses demanded. I have wisdom, but God planned it. General media landed. I blow flows on bitches make you wonder where the sand is. The Taliban spent more time in design to destroy cities where rhymes inspire minds. I'm known as Big Papa, but I ain't your daddy yet. But I could be your bro if you could get the concept. There'll be millions of them whenever I rip. There's devastation whenever I spit. I spit flows that hit like mouth on tits. Straight legit. You fake rappers need to understand that felonies, gunfights and drugs don't make a true MC. And I will do more than talk this talk. I will defiantly walk this walk. There's no need to spaz. Your nose bleeding while I'm beating your ass. You in the cesspool.
Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it drive the man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it drive?
Ancient tiny secret now. Yes. Did you not pay attention in your history class, partner? Wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up, son. It is written that there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. And that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So take your position. Don't you know you are part of that scripture, yo? Yo, you've been getting in the way and which will knock you down. Yes.
It was good. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna make it some butternut squash. And got me a glass of wine. I'm trying to finish up the bottle. I got like 8 bottles of this stuff, and I got bottles that I'm talking about. The Snoop Dogg. I only drank one, and I drank that with a couple people, and I still have like 3 of those bottles. I'm not gonna ever drink those. Rondo, he can tell you, man. Beer from the place over there. People give me beer right around here, and I give away the liquor. And I was showing you the little tequila, man. Look, Jameson. That was one of my famously loved whiskeys. Jameson. I just have it. Just be sitting there. You know what I mean? And one up under the cabinet. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to first start off with the science of the sacred secretion. I hope y'all stuck around and watched Big Dog OG Philly. I thought he was in my thing, but I changed it because I removed somebody who's not really doing anything. So I had to remove that page. And if you remember the old videos, they're still there. I went ahead and removed it. And I made sure he was in there. But for some reason, I was still putting the old one in. So just to let you know, he's in there in case people aren't aware, they can follow him. So let's go ahead and get the science of the sacred secretion. I just wanted to read this little part because I find it was very important. I was supposed to read it a while ago and I didn't. Remember, we were going through the chakras, right? You have the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, right? The throat chakra, the heart chakra. And this is going backwards, all right? The solar plexus, the sacred chakra, which is the center, and the root, which is down by the 5th. You know, your lower, as far as your what do you call it, between your pelvic, those spots, the bones that as you get older kind of seize up. Okay. Well, let me read this to you. These energy centers seek natural balance and alignment. If any of them are out of sync, you will know about it through manifested pain and mood. This is all based upon frequencies, all right? Now, really listen. Energetically, the bottom 3 are our lower egotistic animal cells that are responsible for keeping us alive. That means you can regenerate and all that. This is the reality. The heart then is the bridge between these lower 3 chakras and the higher 3 Unsurprisingly, though, the higher three are spiritual energy centers. Therefore, if any of these base chakras are blocked, then limited energy will be able to pass along our heart, bridge to the higher spiritual ones, just like this back shot, right? More and more information is coming out. They're getting these things, I forget the name of them, but they call them blood clots. They're getting them in these bodies that was never there before when they get ready, do the in the morgue, when they're embalming and stuff. They have to go back 2 and 3 times. This is facts. I just looked at a bunch of medical journals, and it's funny you have to go overseas, but they're finding them here. A real serious injustice has been done to the people here. Anyway, and that blocks energy, like synthetics and everything else. Okay, most commonly it is due to our perceived lack and desire for materialism that blocks our base chakras. A key indicator that there is a blockage or potential blockage is our emotional state. Emotions are biochemical reactions to our thoughts that even affect our heart's rhythm, thus rocking the bridge. However, when these energy centers are balanced, the corresponding glands are free to secrete their natural hormones and chemicals that lead to a state of ease and a vibrant energy field surrounding the body, the aurora. A lot of people men think because testosterone levels that getting TRT is going to bring balance because the mood changes. That is synthetic. That is momentarily. It's going to not work in a period of time. And they're going to be off the chart, all emotional. And the worst of it. Now, like the chakra systems, all energy flows in circular cycles. Energy, the power. Now, the strength protects that, right? As a way of eternal movement, Sigmund Freud, a renowned Austrian neurologist, what's he doing here? It was to denote us, but regardless of that, famously followed the biological cycles of his patients when investigating psychoanalysis and found a correlation. He was attempting to undo things. Well, that's in a whole nother topic. I got 3 books on Sigmund Freud. Similarly, Alfred Telcher, a teacher in the 1920s, everything's around the 1900s if you pay attention, discovered that the abilities of his students also followed clear patterns, and these proposals contributed to the foundation of understanding with regards to biorhythms. At this time, among our vast bodily rhythms are 3 clearly defined cycles that affect our behavior patterns. These indicate potential physical ability, emotional sensitivity, and intellectual acuity. Wow. Thus, the 3 key biorhythmic cycles that are predominantly studied are aptly titled the physical cycle, the emotional cycle, and the intellectual cycle. Now, they had to compartmentalize them. Like all rhythms, yin and yang has nothing to do with Chinese. I told you the kate. I told you the people that married in my family who I said Chinese are not these people. The bloodline, that's the origin, kind of looked like them, but they were dark as hell, just like the Dutch that married in my family. Repeatedly during the negative state. Anyway, biorhythms flow from positive to negative and back to positive. Again, our biorhythms flow from positive to negative and back to positive. The circle of life. Repeatedly during the negative state, that biological energy is regenerating. Fortunately, the biorhythms are not synchronized, so we don't have to worry about super negative days. As for example, when the physical is low and we're lacking energy, the intellectual could be high, allowing us to concentrate better. The time when a cycle crosses over from positive to negative, or vice versa, is known as critical day. During this time, our biological vibration is adjusting, which can cause an array of behaviors, such as mood swings. And the main biorhythms include the physical cycle. There is a strong health factor involved with this phase. During a positive state, skin feels good, energy levels are high, and we feel physically well and prepared. The negative is always the opposite, resulting in a lack of energy and tiredness. This follows a 23-day cycle and is associated with the red root and orange sacred chakras. Remember the colors of the different chakras? Purple, blue, blah, blah. Okay. The emotional cycle. The emotional cycle is governed largely by the nervous system. When positive, we feel optimistic, creative, cheerful, confident, and friendlier. Reversed during a negative state, we tend to be less cooperative, moody, and as if we are against the world. This is a 28-day cycle, and it is linked with the yellow solar plexus and green heart chakra, the intellectual cycle. On the positive days of an intellectual cycle, concentration is at its peak. Memory is more efficient and understanding is stronger. Now, the negative days that follow, however, can leave us feeling dull and lacking effort. It has also been linked to higher crime rates. Intellectually, our bodies flow in a 33-day cycle, which is connected to the blue throat and violet third eye chakra. The intellectual cycle. We have a choice, but some don't. On the positive days of an intellectual cycle, concentration is at its peak. This is biorhythms. Memory is more efficient and understanding is stronger. That means that nurtured aspect of responsibility, not butt whippings and all that. We deal with this tiresome time with that, but yet, yes. The negative days that follow, however, can leave us feeling dull and lacking. This is based on that 808 and that 440. The influence of disruption in the frequency of natural balance of the 7.83 hertz. Okay. I figured it would be important for you to have a little more understanding. When I did the chakras, as far as the term is used, because you remember that Hindu, they only know 10 to 16% of the ancient history. Okay? Cheers. Now, for those who don't know, it's another little piece of tea. If you think Palestine is the first Jewish state, you have not been studying. It's actually between New China and Russia. I'd like for you all to look into it. The first Jewish state. How do you think they had the Bolshevik Wars and getting rid of Nicholas Tsar, destruction, and Tartary? Our history. They're not Ashkenaz, these Guzars. Please take the time to do the research. All right? Exposing the Expositions, 1851-1915. This is the revised 2021 edition compared to his 2019 Bahadur Mikowski. Court of Honors in Chicago. Okay. Let's get right into it. No, you remember we left off when we were talking about 10,000 pages of the history of, the native people's original. I asked y'all to look into that. Bancroft, Hubert Howe, and all that good stuff. My guess is that they did not present the real history as they had found, but did the same thing Egyptologists of Egypt did. It's all a lie. Remember, Egypt was a period that predates Tartary. Tartary followed it, and they prepared for something. It was not aware of the return of something in all this true knowledge. You got to remember, Egypt was up after Atlantis, and the Uadines, we had perverted ourselves. Just be mindful of that. People are waking up. He wrote 39 volumes, each about 1,500 or 1,500 pages long. That is over 60,000 pages. One has to ask, when we're talking about the 50 miles of Vatican, the history and all that stuff, not just the Smithsonian, but also the one over there in Europe and Russia. One has to ask, how can a single man write 39 books of 1,500 pages, each in less than 20 years by himself? Impossible at that time. Well, the same way, and remember his background, the same way the Great Chicago Exposition was supposed to be built in 2 years. Impossible. It cannot. He had a lot of help to write it, and most of it went through unchecked. The volumes are full of grammatical and spelling errors, which they are. Even during his lifetime, he was under scrutiny for his work. Let me pull his name back up for those who, I think it was Wilson J.G. or Fisk, I believe it was. What this monkey's name at? My apologies. I should have highlighted that last time I was reading, knowing I was going 600 collaborators. I mean, everything is a lie. Bancroft. Okay, excuse me. Bancroft Hubert Howe. That was his name, I believe. Anyway, lifetime, he was under scrutiny for his work. The Salt Lake Tribune called him a purloiner, of other people's brains. In 1893, Oregon historian William Alfred Morris presented an essay on Bancroft in the Oregon History Quarterly, where he posits posits that most of what Bancroft claimed as his own was actually written by others. This tainted his legacy in the eyes of some scholars on the principle, false in one thing, false in all. This does not taint his legacy to me, but it more showcases just how much of a fraud his historical work must be. In the final chapter of his fair book, he presents the wonderful library at Berkeley that has all of his source material and tells the story of how he obtained all of them. Nearly half a century of time and over $500,000 were consumed in making this collection. First, all the nooks and corners of North and Central and South America and the West India Islands were searched for whatever had been written or printed therein. But they want you to believe that. Now you see, okay? They want you to believe primitive, running around in grass skirts, ceremonial, to greet and everything. Nude was not a problem. You know who perverted that. All right. And whatever related to them which had been elsewhere published. Then Europe was several times visited in like manner, and in numberless instances where the desired books and manuscripts could not be purchased, copies were made. Work of this kind was done in all the great libraries of England, France, and Germany. Of Italy and Spain, everything in St. Petersburg relating to Alaska was translated and copied. Even those people up there are not the original people. The archives of Spain and Mexico supplied masses of historic data related. Remember, I showed you the Emperor of Mexico. That's not the name of the land. Data relating to the conquest, no slang. It's just real history is important to know. The conquest and occupation of Spanish America, while chronicles of the doings of Anglo-Americans on the western slope were secured in the older settled sections of the eastern side. Another question to ask is who financed the $500,000 that he claims it took to do all the cataloging? There is never mention of where the money was obtained. Well, you got a good idea already. Stop right there. Let me get my pen in my pocket here. And it gets better, of course. Obviously, it always gets better. And it really gets greasy after this one. Whoa. For those who remember me reading it, y'all remember where it goes, right? The direction. When we start getting into the set, I would say, let's say this 3/4 to make this book. When we start getting into the second quarter of this book, whew, man, come on. And I'm grateful that it was a pale-skinned brother that wrote this, that did this. He took the time doing that fake demic and everything else while they were too busy concentrating on how to murder a whole lot of folk. Let's get into the heaven bearers. The Great Reset of 1834 and the mud flood. I got to take this off. Excuse me, my apologies. I know I should have did it before I went live, but I wanted to go ahead and get it in. I got to clean my rifle too. Oh yeah. Oh man. Here we go. Oh, that's perfect. Oh man, there's some mushrooms in there. I don't have no more damn mushrooms. Olive oil, olive oil, olive oil. Hold on, throw some olive oil on it. Good gracious. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. There we go. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And, damn it. All right, I'll show you what I got here. I know y'all like, what he making now? Right. All right. Hold on. Good stuff, man. It's good stuff. That's all I got to say. I gotta chop the garlic up, but I gotta let this sit there. Gotta get that pesto in there. Push this out. Damn. Oh yeah. All right. Let me get the lid. So I close it up so it don't get cold on me. I need to put that shit up. That stuff up too long. All right. Hey, Papa. No, I'll give you yours in about 21 minutes. All right. So it's squash mushroom with pesto and olive oil. And I'll throw a little bit of chopped up garlic. I'm gonna let it sit for a few because it's piping hot. All right. It's with pesto, you know, pine nut and all that stuff, and parsley and iodine factor. Oh, my goodness, that is perfect. Oh, it's so good. Okay. My apologies. So, Heaven Bearers, the Great Reset of 1834 and the Mud Flood, Virginia and Helen. And y'all know this is getting good now. My apologies for taking a day off and reading it. I was supposed to keep it going, but you know, I didn't check donations, so I withdrew the 2 something to 1 something. I spent 5 and 5 was about $1,000 worth. Well, a little more because it's shipping in, so we get those books in. I just took the 75 and put it right in the account because there was only like 75 cents to withdraw it. So I put it in there. So it was 75 there. So I put that there. I added 1 more book. Don't worry about it. I'm actually going to buy the book. So I'll probably just drop it to later and then just pay for it. It's like 165. I'll share it with you. Let me go ahead and get this read on. All right. There's Jenny Hill in South Africa. Y'all can pull up her website where it talks about this. She has, I believe she has an Instagram account as well, but I don't think it's really active. All right. So let's get into it. So you remember who showed up, okay? All right, because you know she's happy. And Henry spoke his piece, but he was told to calm down. Homegirl's eyes glitching glowed, you know what I'm saying? Henry's eyes moved to the door and noticed there are 2 figures standing at the open door. He didn't hear them arrive and has no idea how long they have been standing there for. Excuse me. It's hot in here. It's hot outside, y'all. Weird. Excuse me. Has no idea how long they have been standing there for. Come in, she instructs as her eyes locked on their every movement as they entered the room. It is a man and a woman. Both are Tartarian. The man is old, very old, and has a missing eye. The woman is much younger and reminds her of Stacy, except she has something wild about her. She doesn't seem to fit the style of clothing she is wearing and belongs in the wilderness. We are here about the note you left at the front desk at the hotel. The old man says carefully, not to reveal more details, and he watches her reaction carefully. Rieva is postured in a fighting position, and Bonnie notices the symbol hanging from her neck and realizes it is the same as the one the young man at the reception's desk was wearing. They must all know each other, she tells herself. Yes, she looks over at Malcolm, and his eyes are bright green, and she motions him to calm down. His goes green, remember, in purple hue when he's ready to. I would like you to take me to Cassiel, please. The woman grins and walks up to her slowly. Cassiel? Questionable. Who is that exactly? She circles her, watching her every expression, taking in her scent and wondering what she is thinking. You don't trust him, do you? Bonnie replies. Trust who, young girl? She hisses like a snake. The man approaches her this time. Who don't we trust? He asks and gestures for Rieva to take a step back. The man that has been following you, the one from the pub, she responds and squints her eyes at him, Malcolm. We need to leave at once, he shouts. His hands are sweaty and he is visibly scared. You need to leave them both behind. I am sorry, but we can only take you to him. No, she calmly rejects his offer. But it has been prophesied. He continues, surprised, and is slightly angered by her defiance. She rudely interrupts him, and her voice is harsh and angry. The prophecy is wrong. Now take me to Cassiel at once, or I shall find him myself. Aiden and Riva aren't sure what to do. She leans up to him and whispers while clutching the object around her neck. This is not how it is supposed to go. She is too young, and it can't be her. It's her. He glances over at Malcolm and back at her. I never expected to see the day when a Phoenician would fall in love with a Tartarian girl. Yet here we are. He pauses and looks directly into Riva's eyes. You know, miracles do happen. He turns around and proceeds to walk out the door. Rivera, it's supposed to be Riva, he spelled Rivera, doesn't move from the spot where she is standing. She is angry and she doesn't want to accept what Aiden, just told her. The entire Phoenician race will be destroyed, she barks at Bonnie, then shrugs her shoulders and follows Aiden out of the room. The night air is cold and it gives her the shivers. Malcolm takes off his black coat and hands it to her. He is holding the metal staff from the mansion, and she wants to ask him why, but she is distracted by his presence. She takes the coat gracefully and can feel his warmth, smell his cologne, and it gives her a rush of hope. I need to destroy the earth in order to save my people. That is what has been prophesied. How does that make any sense? You know, I could never do that. He smiles and takes her hand in his. The prophecy said nothing about a Phoenician finding humility and falling in love with a Tartarian either. And look at where we are. He says, and she can't believe what he just told her. You fell in love with a Tartarian? Never. She teases him, and he pulls her in close and kisses her. For that moment, and only for that short moment, they forget all about their problems and the imminent war that they can all feel is on the horizon. I'm stopping. I'm stopping. Oh yeah, cliffhanger. We will be reading this. We're gonna read a lot tomorrow though, because we gotta read a lot of this. We gotta read. This is gonna be a good read. It might be just me reading this alone, so we can get to chapter 16 and then pick up back with Howdy Mikowski. So this is gonna be a good read tomorrow. Yes, and you're really gonna enjoy it. You're really gonna enjoy this. Yeah, I just wanted to stop right there, man. The ink stain in my pocket. Goddamn. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? It was a good read. And I think the second one I built, flawless. I even took it all the way apart. I didn't want to because some parts are hard to get back together. It's time consuming. Oh man, it's time consuming to get some of the parts back in. Well, it's a spring and it's a detent pen. It's a mother to get in. Don't matter how many times you do it, it's it wants to pop all over. Anyway, and I checked to make sure there was no fire. I ran like 250 rounds through that one, and it worked phenomenally. So that's going to be for a different belt. Yes, phenomenal. I used to be a gun collector. I just like to have things that operate really good. And I also like to have things when people come, we could take them, we could train them on them. And I'm going to order some dummy rounds for what I'm talking about? I don't think they're called cap rounds or whatever. So that way you don't hurt nobody and we could practice, if it's jam, what to do, how to charge, to make sure it's always forward. Anyway, we'll get there. And that's a whole nother topic. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope y'all checked out Cure Meal. Hope you checked out Big Dog OG Philly. Big Philly OG. All right. I'm just what I'm saying because it's a name. You know what I'm saying? Brothers tight. Some of them paying for us. I guess somebody they've been trying to do some stupid shit. Because we have a lot of stupid people out here, but you pay them no mind. You see them, y'all remove people quick. Rondo, he hip pocket dial. Sometimes wrong people. But hey, y'all get them out of here. And that's what needs to happen over there. You know what I'm saying? So make sure everybody's tied in. I appreciate it. I hope you guys got the notification, or if you just searched that I was on. I appreciate you guys coming in. It's nothing but mad respect. We have some new subscribers. Welcome to the tribe. Like I said, we don't play no games. I read a lot because some people aren't really good on reading, and some people didn't travel the earth like I did. And I have a lot of stories to tell also. And so I share what we consider to be tea. I'm always giving little references, sorts of information to better oneself, to raise yourself up, because you can't help nobody if you haven't helped yourself. And most people think that they can help everybody, and that's not the case. And when you help yourself, then you realize you're not there to help them. You're there to walk beside them and let them go through that pressure. So that way they can shed that old shell and fit or grow into a new one. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all coming in. Appreciate the donations, because here we go 50. Well, I go it's about 60%, but we purchase the books together. The library and whoever these books may go to, if something was to happen, I'll make sure to write down the names and make sure that all these books go to those individuals if something were ever to transpire. All right. So I appreciate y'all. I'm having worked on it. So Rondo's coming up. I don't know who's coming with him. I hope more people come. I hope, have excuses. You get your butts up here and we go out and have a good time, shoot a little bit, talk a little smack, have a little wine, maybe blaze a blunt. I don't know. Throw something together on the grill, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I teach y'all how to ground. I show you how I do it. So that way you can learn and get comfortable in doing it, what you need to do. And if you're practicing now, that means you're one step ahead, maybe two. Maybe three. Maybe you move beyond. No, you haven't. But maybe you move to a place where I can stand beside you, and it's not compromising, but it's comfortable. When we do it in unison, you will see the difference. All right. Tell them to get up out them cities. Yeah. Well, I was waiting for Rondo, because that's delusions of humanity. That's his part. Hey. I'm not going to give it no energy. You already know which way it's going. You know what direction it's headed. You know which way it's going. You know what's going to transpire, because that is what they do. All right. I appreciate the thanks and stuff. It seems like people are still having a hard time hitting that like. I don't get it. I guess some people out there in the world are still. It's an issue. I guess they can't handle it. They hear certain things and it ravels their mind. They're getting all in Hollywood and. They got to come out of it. We already know that dumbass enemy who's only enemy of themselves is watching, which I don't care. They're not going to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Let me shout y'all out. Gotcha. Jamil Sam C, the original Lone Wolf. Herbo, Dre Cobb's music. Dre Cobb, when you going to hit that Gmail, get some of that, Spotify or SoundCloud, get that music over here so we can run it. What's going on, beloveds? Jamil Samson. Yeah, actually, the book's right here. I was actually, when I got back, I didn't want to get dirty with a little bit of grease on my hand, but I brought the books down here that I was going to sit down here and read tonight. So besides the ones I just read to you, I got some things I got to highlight, cross-reference as well, because it don't matter what books I read. It could be yours, it could be anybody's. I cross-reference every book with information I know, and you have your sources and stuff, which is good, because most of the stuff is readily available. But yeah, I opened it up and started taking a gander in it. So cross-referencing, and I want to keep my hands clean. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I know it's going to be a good one. Delusion Humanity saying Marcus Williams, what's up, beloved? All right. Excuse me. T. Hines, what's cracking? What's going on, beloved? What's happening? Bridget Namshade, gotcha. Christopher, what's happening? What's going on? Yeah, I used to have a few of the little red and the blue ones. Remember those? So I'm going ahead and get some more. You know what I'm saying? I need to get a few packs because they're a little expensive, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to get them anyway. So that way I have them, run 10 or 15. We, put 6 in one, 6 in another, do the speed load, work on a clearing jam and all this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? Told them to get up them. Yeah. Ganja's lacking, man. What's up, man? New York may be screwed. Hey, man, we had a couple brothers here. Come on, man. We got the brothers here. They know what they got to do, man. Tariq Peters, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming in. Want to keep it short and sweet. I'm about to eat this food, finish this one last glass of wine, sit back, read a little bit. You know what I mean? Send the music in. I checked the Gmail. Ain't nobody said nothing. Somebody asked for it, and I gave it. It's there in description. Okay. But yeah, I ain't getting nothing new. Excuse me. But I downloaded it, goes right to Spotify. It goes right to what you call it. Okay. Shipment from. Man, I gotta stop that. I don't want no more Black Forest shit. I don't trust you because the goofy, excuse my language, the goofy agents are intercepting and giving me some garbage. Okay, what was that? Okay, I'll just send another one. I gotta pull up the order. All right. Okay. Okay. So that's okay. All right, star. Nope. I'm looking to see if anybody sent because somebody, you guys asked. Man. If it was here, I'll download it and play it right now. You know what I mean? 2 months free premium. I already know about that crap. Anyway, I can deal with that later. Anyway, I appreciate y'all's number of love and respect. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this butternut squash and pesto, natural pesto, no soy, no crap, none of that. All olive oil, Moroccan. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2-in-1, and I'm gonna side by eyebrow. I'm forgetting how to salute. Anyways, number mad love and respect, and I appreciate y'all. And you know, until they start coming over and respecting the work, the information, you know, the Cashapp goes away. You know, get super chats, whatever helps to get me into that next zone. I appreciate it because I'm gonna keep ordering and purchasing books, and I'm gonna keep making sure that y'all are responsible. I'm here to make sure there's some balance and that people are responsible, and not everybody's here for that. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. All right. So number mad love and respect. Catch y'all later.